and welcome to another week of high school football in West Virginia, week number 6, and a matchup between the Herbert Hoover Huskies and the South Charleston Black Eagles. Adam Rogers, Will Vance, and our Game Day crew, happy to have you with us here this evening in this matchup between these two Kanawha County teams that haven't seen one another on the football field since 2000. Dates all the way back 25 years ago since the last time they played. It was a 21-20 win for the Huskies 25 years ago back at Oaks Field when South Charleston still played there before they got that beautiful turf up there behind the high school. So a long time since these two teams have met, but some history between these two teams as well. South Charleston leads the all-time series 19-13, but again, it's been 25 years since they've played. None of these players were around back then when they played last. So throw that out the book completely, and South Charleston comes into today looking to get back on track. Will, a 3-game losing streak after the season opening win against Ripley on the road, but have faced tough competition in that time as well. Had a bye week after that Ripley win, and then have fallen to the likes of Winfield, GW, and had a really competitive game last week against Capital where the Black Eagles trailed 28-6 at halftime and then really showed some fight in the second half to try to make it a game. Ultimately lost by 11, but a really great second half effort for the Black Eagles, especially after losing not one, but 2 quarterbacks.
Yeah, their opening week win for South Charleston was a huge step forward for considering the seasons they had previous to that.
Had been 1,043 days since their last win before that win.
Yeah, they got their coach back after a couple years. Kind of just showed that they've had some progress going. Like you said, then ran into 2 very tough teams that are going to be in the top half of their brackets likely when the playoffs start in GW Winfield. So it's not running into another team like that. Hoover, a team that has a lot of expectations, a team that has year in, year out had a good offense, and this year's no different. They really used transferring to their advantage to really reinforce what was already a strong unit. Since South Charleston wants to flip back into that winning mode, it's going to be very tough to do tonight. They'll have to really bring it.
And, Will, you and I saw this Black Eagle team a few weeks ago when they played GW, and we mentioned that despite the score of them losing 55-0, there's a lot of talent on that South Charleston team and a lot of promise. Now, again, they're dealing with some injuries, but still a lot of talent on that Black Eagle side. And it's just a matter of being able to put some things together and get out of their own way. Big thing for them defensively is that they are just getting gashed in the rushing game.
Yeah, to be fair, they've run in some really tough running backs, but giving up 331 yards against Winfield. I mean, we know they like to run the ball a lot. A ton to GW, over 200 yards to Capital, And running's what most teams want to do. You're not going to run into many teams that are pass first. Hoover, honestly, throws a lot more than most teams will, but still has a strong running game. I expect that's going to be, maybe hand the ball a couple more times than normally would tonight. Take advantage of what has proven so far to be a very porous run defense for the Black Eagles. We'll
step aside for a short break. Then when we come back, we'll have the results of the coin toss, and we'll talk more about this Hoover side when we return right after this on High School Game Day.
Are you ready to unlock a future filled with remarkable pay, unbeatable benefits, and unparalleled satisfaction? Imagine embarking on a journey that offers you a college-level education without the weight of debt, all while earning a steady income. Look no further than the West Virginia Building and Construction Trades Apprenticeship Programs. Join us, and together, let's build a future that's brighter and stronger. Go to actwv.org to apply today. The West Virginia Building and Construction Trades, where the future is forged.
For more than 170 years, Burke & Herbert Bank continues to deliver service beyond expectations to our customers. With an expanded footprint from the mountains of West Virginia to the Eastern Shore and beyond, we're here for you. As a full-service community bank offering the latest digital tools and guidance, we take the time to understand your unique needs, helping you move your family, your business, and your dreams forward together. Burke & Herbert Bank.
Welcome back here to Herbert Hoover High School here in Riverland. Just near the Elk River as these Huskies stand there underneath their inflatable Husky tunnel, getting set to make the entrance out onto the field for just the second time this season here at their brand new field, just a couple of years old.
And we're going to see Hoover get the ball first here. Yeah, one of the more exciting offenses you're going to watch, in the Kaw Valley or anywhere, is Herbert Hoover. A team that really has a more balanced offense than you'll see and has a lot of explosive talent.
This is a team that has to replace a guy at a 4-year starter at quarterback, Dane Hatfield, a tremendous talent for this Herbert Hoover football team over the last 4 years. Signed with Northern Illinois to play their college football, so congratulations to him. Look forward to seeing how he goes. But they've got a guy that they've plugged in who, Peyton Grigsby, transferred in from Capital as the Husky runs onto the field to lead out the Herbert Hoover Huskies. Grigsby has looked well enough so far replacing Dane Hatfield. It's hard to replace a guy who's a 4-year starter and came in and basically broke every single school record there was. But Peyton Grigsby, as a sophomore, with still 2 more years left ahead of him and still half the season left to go and potentially a deep playoff run, he's looked well so far this year. 1,300 yards passing, 15 touchdowns to just 3 interceptions. So that's a 5-to-1 pick to interception or touchdown interception ratio.
And that's a wild ratio. I mean, frankly, at any level of football,
and that's at
121
attempts.
Yeah, it's not like they're just setting up special plays near the goal line and catching guys sleeping. Like, they know he's trying to pass, and he's still completing a very high percentage, which is very impressive.
And it also helps that he's got a senior tailback in Blake Fisher, who's very efficient at carrying the rock as well. 49 carries for him on the season, 7 touchdowns, Will, through the first 5 games of the season for Herbert Hoover. This is a Husky team coming off of a state runner-up last year, went undefeated through the regular season, fell on the Laidley Field turf in the first state championship games back in Charleston last year to Bridgeport, 49-7. This Hoover team started off the year looking to build themselves with a tough schedule to start things, Will. Had scrimmages to start the year against Huntington and Martinsburg out of Class 4A, 2 teams that we expect to be in the state championship picture in Class 4A.
That may very well be the championship game.
And then went down and played Independence, who has won a state championship in AA within the last couple of years. So that's their first 3 games, and 2 of them weren't even actual games. A short kickoff here returned by Noshawn Hampton. He'll get up just across the 25, and we've got a late flag that comes in. We'll see what the ruling on that is. But, again, this is a Herbert Hoover team that has high expectations. It did lose a lot of talent last year, lost some good offensive linemen as well from that group up front, but a lot of talent still remains for the Huskies here along the Elk River. Foul will be against the Black Eagles, so they'll march the ball up the field and re-spot things for the Huskies on their opening possession.
I don't think they like the way they made that tackle there around the I don't know if it was quite qualified the horse collar, but either way, enough to draw the foul there.
And a big foul at that, because now the Huskies have great field position starting at their own 39-yard line. And that is where the sophomore Peyton Grigsby will come out to lead this Hoover offense in their red-clad uniforms tonight, the chrome blue helmets. Black Eagles with their white jerseys, black pants, and the black lids. Quick check over to the sideline. 5 seconds into this opening quarter. Trips up to the top of the formation for the Huskies. It'll be Lance Williams, Sam Key up to the top, as well as Noshawn Hampton. Man in motion, doesn't take the handoff. Instead it goes to Blake Fisher, and Fisher still on his feet, gets across midfield and has a first down. Great job of keeping his legs churning there to pick up that first down gain.
Yeah, about half the defense got a hand on him before they were able to bring him down. Pretty much just right up the middle.
13-yard pickup there for Fisher on the opening play of the game. Now they'll split it out to 2 receivers to each side. Aiden Hernandez is on the near side, number 0. Winfield transfer. It's been a nice addition for this Husky offense. 12 catches, 299 yards, and 4 touchdowns. So 1 every 4 catches he makes, he's going for a touchdown. Looking for him there, yeah, on a slant route and pass a little too far in front of him and incomplete. That'll bring up second down.
Hernandez had to try to fight his way through the defender there. Couldn't quite get there for that more of the timing type throw.
And Keel check out. In will come Devin Silvas.
Man, we're probably going to see a lot of rotation in the backfield for Herbert Hoover. A lot of experienced ball carriers for them to work with.
Silvas with 18 carries, just under 90 or just a little more than 80 yards on the season. Now they're going to motion Blake Fisher back in a double-barrel shotgun, hand it off to him. He'll go off the right side, still on his feet, dragging a defender with him. He'll get down to the 40. Finally dragged down from behind by Caden Hackman. That'll get him down to the 40, and it'll bring up 3rd and 2 after an 8-yard gain. A gorgeous night here in Kanawha County for some high school football action. A nice cool evening, 73 degrees right now, just after kickoff.
I don't feel like it's been feast or famine as far as weather goes. We've had rain delays, and then we've had like back-to-back weeks of just flawless, not a cloud in the sky, 70-degree weather.
And the Huskies had to deal with the thunderstorm a few weeks ago where they ended up actually having to play the rest of the game on Saturday as Fisher takes it with a run here down inside the 25. And there's an injury on the turf for the Black Eagles. That's Caden Hackman. The training staff going to have to come over from the far side of the field to see to him as Fisher gets the first down on the direct snap. And as they tend to him, we'll keep you right here at Herbert Hoover High School.
And Adam, it's a fairly small sample size so far, but not much, or a lot of success for Herbert Hoover running the ball so far. Fisher 3 carries for 39 yards. Only other play than that was the incompletion by Grigsby there looking for Hernandez. So they're efficient on the ground so far early on, but like we said, coming into this, South Charleston's run defense really was the big question mark for him.
Yeah, we hate to see another injury to the Black Eagles, too. Again, we mentioned they got down to their 3rd-string quarterback, which was Malcolm Brown, their starting running back, because they literally had no one else. He's never played quarterback before in his life. Ended up going 5 of 10 for 31 yards and a touchdown and a pick last week. And I was told by Donnie Mays he's going to be the starter tonight when we see South Charleston out there offensively. So Landon Workman and Sino Riley still out with injuries this week. And also Elijah Bosley, the starting center for the Black Eagles, is out this week as well. He was a game-time decision coming into today. Saw him as one of the captains coming out there at the coin toss, and he was in street gear. So he is not suited up for the Black Eagles tonight, which means I believe it's going to be Caden Wilborn, the junior, stepping in to that starting center role. So, again, it's unfortunate for the Black Eagles, especially because they had their bye week in week 2. So with these injuries just piling up, it just hurts you as you keep going throughout this tough season, especially because, again, we talked a lot about how difficult South Charleston's schedule was 2 weeks ago. Great to see he's able to get up now. Going to have some help.
Definitely with some help.
Yeah, going to have some help. But, again, we talked about the difficulty of this Black Eagle schedule. Capital, GW, Winfield, a tough team this year. Had, a game-winning touchdown against Ripley to start the season. And then after this game against Herbert Hoover, it's still tough the rest of the way. St. Albans and Riverside, not going to be any guaranteed win there necessarily. Oak Hill, a tough 4A school right now. Spring Valley and Princeton to close out the year. But, again, there's still talent over on that Black Eagle side. You just hate to see the talent drop out as the injuries pile up. Because then you just start throwing bodies out there who don't have the practice reps that you need to be prepared to face a team like Herbert Hoover, or really any team, to be honest.
Yeah, and especially when it hasn't been an especially successful program over the past couple of years, you might not have too much experience to begin with. It's a lot of times when you're in the situation that South Charleston was, and you have kids who play for a year and get good playing time, but it's just not worth it for them personally to keep going. So, it's really a situation where, just the more, even just they play, not even get wins, we'll start to build that up. But like you said, it's just tough when injuries are also having a major impact on your team.
Caden Hackman over off on the far side of the field now. Play resuming once again. Fisher going in motion from far side to near side, or near side to far side. A throwback screen comes to Aiden Hernandez. He catches it this time down inside the 15, still on his feet inside the 10, and finally brought down at about the 8. Nice play design there from the Huskies. Drew everybody over to that far side of the field with the motion there, and then with Grigsby rolling out, and then the throwback over on the screen. Well executed.
Now, Hernandez didn't necessarily make the most of his blocking. That's kind of more towards the outside. He cut it back to the inside. Still worth 15 yards. Great play. But next time maybe try to follow his block just a little bit more. Might have gotten a little bit farther.
First and goal from the 8. Handoff goes to Fisher, and Fisher is slung down at the 10. Getting in the backfield there is S.J. Farmer. He's stepping up in some injury need for the Black Eagles. He was the backup Mike for the Black Eagles a few weeks ago. And then with that injury to Elijah Bosley, he's now the starting nose tackle and gets a big tackle for loss there. Back at the, actually they're going to mark it at the 11-yard line. That's a 3-yard loss. And he just slipped in there past the center, Mighty Lopez. First-team All-Stater last year for the Huskies. First-team All-Stater for Huskies offensive line. Handoff goes to Devin Silvas, and Silvas bounces off the defender and spins into the end zone for 6. Touchdown Huskies with 9:14 to go in the opening quarter. And let the light show commence.
Yeah, just hit the hole real hard on that one and just bounce off a couple tackles. An example where a couple Black Eagles were able to get their hands on him, just were not able to bring him down. Just right, all but 15 yards of that drive coming on the ground.
Aiden Hernandez out for the extra point try with the injury to Voss Durenberger. He's not been kicking the last few weeks. And before the snap on it, a flag comes and a neutral zone infraction for the Black Eagles, excuse me. Going to retry the kick as they respot the ball. And Hernandez will line himself back up once more. High snap off the holder's hands. Hernandez just going to jump on top of it, and the try will be no good for the Huskies. Score will stay at 6-0 with 9:14 to go in the opening quarter. We'll step aside for a break and be back with more right after this on High School Game Day.
CJU is a great company to work for. We've been around for 78 years. We are an underground utility construction company all across the East Coast. We are rapidly growing, and we're seeing a huge growth in this market, a huge need for employees. We are always looking for those that are experienced, those that are trying to get their foot in the door. We have positions for everybody. We offer competitive pay. We offer competitive benefits. We take pride in having a family atmosphere at CJU's, and it's truly just a family company.
I'm Chris Miller, and I'm proud to sponsor productions like this one that showcase the best of this great state. School pride runs deep here. Friday night lights, crowded gyms, packed auditoriums. It's what makes this such a great place to live and work. So be true to your school. And at Dutch Miller Auto, we're there with you. Because when we build on our young people, everybody wins. I'm proud to lead the way as we bring out the best in West Virginia. I'm Chris Miller, and enjoy the game.
Aiden Hernandez puts boot to ball and sends this one back to the Black Eagles. It'll be Malcolm Brown on the return for South Charleston, and he is met just before the 20-yard line. Great job by the kickoff team by the Hoover Huskies to get down there. That is South Charleston's offense will start at their own 19. And Malcolm Brown stepping in at the quarterback spot last week against Capital. Helped them engineer a second-half comeback attempt that they ultimately fell short in, but made a 28-6 game at halftime, 28-24 with just a few minutes to go. And Brown going to be brought down after a 1-yard gain on a quarterback-designed run. Be seeing a lot of that tonight. Only threw 10 passes on the game last week against Capital. So 2nd and 9 upcoming for the Black Eagles. 2 receivers each side of the formation. It'll be man going in motion, Damian Chaney. And Brown going to be caught in the backfield by that Husky defense. Michael Taylor, as well as tell who else that wasn't on the stop there. William Shears. So 3rd and 11 upcoming. Brown going to step in and now going to roll out, and he is brought down for a sack. Ty Mullins getting to him there. Mullins with the sack back to the 15-yard line. So a 3-yard loss on that sack. And Malachi Hall out to punt things away. Huskies should have pretty good starting field position on this one, depending on how Hall's kick goes. He only averages about 25 yards per punt and just barely got that one away. It's going to bounce in front of the 45 and then take a hop over and will stop at the 47. So good field position for the Huskies upcoming. We'll step aside for a short break and be right back with more after this.
Geno's is spicing things up with 2 new specialty pizzas featuring our new hot honey sauce.
Our hot honey pizza is topped with red pepper flakes, sliced Italian sausage, jalapenos, and onions.
The sweet heat pizza features slices of Italian sausage, green peppers, and onions.
Both are drizzled with our signature hot honey sauce.
Hot honey, it brings the heat.
Sweet heat, the perfect balance of spice and sweet.
2 bold new flavors, available for a limited time at Geno's Pizza and Spaghetti House.
Grigsby incomplete, looking for Aiden Hernandez just before we come back. That'll bring up 2nd and 10 with the incompletion. I apologize to our scoreboard graphic not working with our down and distance, so just be aware that it will not be flashing there on your screen. So 2nd and 10 on the way for the Huskies. 2 men to each side of the formation. Grigsby drops back to throw again. Looking over on the far side of the field, and there's a flag coming there. Braden Workman draped all over Noshawn Hampton. And that'll be a free first down coming up for the Huskies.
I'm not even sure he needed to pull on it. It looked like it might have gone over his head anyway, but that's a tough play there to have to make there by South Charleston.
That island too, yeah. I guess, right?
Yeah, absolutely. It's hard to judge that. So, probably another 15 yards here for a team that doesn't need extra yardage.
And they were already on the plus side of the 50 at the 48. Now they're going to be all the way down to the 33. Huskies will have 2 to each side of the formation once again.
And now, like we mentioned a little bit, not many teams throw as much as Hoover, so there's a lot of extra pressure on these cornerbacks and safeties who just aren't used to having to cover as much as Hoover forces you to.
Handoff will go to Fisher this time, though, and he'll cut back inside the middle of the field. Still on his feet inside the 10, dragging defenders to the goal line, and he's in for 6! Touchdown, Blake Fisher! What a manly run from Blake Fisher from 33 yards out. Literally carried a defender for like 7 yards.
And he was trying really hard. Once he realized how close he was not going to let those last couple guys hold him back. Just an incredible run that really gets your team fired up. And now they're ahead 2 scores. Let's see if they try to make up that extra point, or if they just go for a regular extra point. Looks like they're going for a regular one.
Yeah, they're going to go just for a kick it. Hopefully the snap a little better this time, so Hernandez can put this one through the uprights.
And one of the crazy things that we've seen already in this game, small sample size, but just all these runs right up the middle. They're not trying to hit sweeps or anything fancy, just running it right up the middle with Fisher and Silva. And just impressive running game so far.
6:39 to go. PAT is good. Huskies lead 13-0. We'll step aside for a short break and be right back after this on High School Game Day.
Score big this fall with GoMart. Every Saturday through the end of October, GoMart Rewards members earn triple points on all purchases. And while you rack up on rewards points, be sure to scan the QR code in-store for more ways to win. Each scan is a chance to score the ultimate tailgating package with a $200 GoMart gift card, tailgating supplies, and more. GoMart is your hookup for the football season. Visit the GoMart app or GoMart.com to learn more. GoMart is the official convenience store of WVU Athletics.
Sometimes the people we love won't say they're hurting, but we see it anyway. Now's the time to get help from trusted professionals who've cared for families like yours for decades. At Generations Physical Therapy, we make it easy. Personalized care, proven support, and a team that sees the person behind the pain. Call today or visit one of our 8 convenient locations for a simple, free consultation.
Kickoff from Hernandez tumbles its way into the end zone for a touchback. And the Black Eagles will at least have a yard better starting field position this time.
And on this drive, after having absolutely nothing go wrong on their first, they really need to try to, as great as Malcolm Brown is, they need someone else involved in this offense. So, we'll see if they have a way to probably be a little more dynamic than they were last time.
Because, there's a lot of talent there at receiver position. Devin Lazo hadn't gotten a lot of looks this season, but 9 catches for 63 yards. Also has a rush for 3 yards and a 2-point conversion on the ground as well. Miles Terry, 4 catches, 54 yards and a touchdown. Had that touchdown last week on a 16-yard grab. Okay. Mekhi Gordon, 8 catches, 61 yards. They're going to send Damian Chaney in motion, run an option look as Brown keeps it himself, and he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage. It'll be Sean Walker bringing him down, as well as Mighty Lopez. 2nd and 10 on the way after no gain on that run by Brown on the option look. Damian Chaney getting started into the starting lineup this week as well for the Black Eagles as Brown rolls out to throw and was now going to just keep it himself, and he is dropped right at about the line of scrimmage. A big hit coming there from Sean Walker.
And Lazo had some space down here on the near side, but Brown just did not have time to find him downfield before he had guys right in his lap.
Caught a 3rd and a long 10, and a hard count will draw the Huskies offside.
I don't know, that might be a false start. Okay.
Yeah, they're going to get the Huskies for 5 yards here. It'll be a 3rd and a long 5 upcoming for South Charleston. See what this passing attack can look like for the Black Eagles. Imagine they try to go back to it potentially here. Again, expect a lot of running from Malcolm Brown coming out from tonight's game. A little more than 5 minutes left in the opening quarter. Huskies lead 13-0. Second possession for the Black Eagles here. Heavy pressure coming off the edge, and Brown is going to be sacked. Colton Tawney is the mystery number 19 on my roster.
And just immediately, Brown had no chance to really get anything going there. Pressure off that right side. Pretty much as soon as he started to backpedal, just real tough start out here for this Black Eagle offense so far.
Colton Tawney, a junior, used to wear number 62 at one point in time. That's what I have him on my roster as. With that sack, Malachi Howell back in his own end zone punting away. Bounces at the 34, and Noshawn Hampton going to try to return this one this time, and he is met at the 40 with nowhere else to go. A couple of guys in on the stop. Mondre Foster helping bring him down. But the Huskies will have fantastic field position here on their 3rd possession. They've already cashed in twice. They're going to try to go 3 for 3, have that botched snap on the extra point. So a 13-0 lead for the Huskies. Grisby drops back to throw a screen to Hampton. Hampton going to run back into the middle of the field and cut back over toward the far side, still on his feet at the 25, and finally forced down by a flock of Black Eagle defenders. But not before Hampton has another big first down gain. Down to the 23-yard line. Fisher in the slot now for Herbert Hoover. Silvas in the backfield. And now they're going to motion into the backfield, and Silvas going to line up as an H-back on the left side of the line. Handoff goes to Fisher up the middle. Fisher's still on his feet for a second. Braden Zuniga, though, holding on for dear life to bring him down.
And honestly, that's probably one of the better tackles we've seen so far. I know it's early on, but
so that's a 5-yard gain, but that's the best open field tackle. It's not really an open field tackle, but it's the best tackle there inside the box we've seen.
In the box tackle. It's a phrase you don't really hear too often. But
2nd and 5 on the way for the Huskies. Grigsby drops back to throw. Pump fakes, now going to take off and try to run with it, and he is sacked. Getting to him there is Miles Terry. Sophomore defensive end racks up his 2nd sack of the season. And that'll push the Huskies back to the Black Eagle 22-yard line. 2.5 minutes to go in the first quarter of play. 10 seconds on the play clock for the Huskies. Hampton in motion, takes the jet sweep, gets to the outside edge. There's a flag down, so this one's coming back, but he does get forced out of bounds at about the 10-yard line by Amari Valentine. This one in the vicinity of a hold, Will.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Ryerson would try to get the corner.
And that's exactly what it is. A hold back up the Huskies 10 yards. Make it 3rd and 19 on the way. Adam Rogers, Will Vance, our high school game day crew. Happy to have you with us this evening. This matchup that features two Kanawha Valley teams that haven't seen one another in 25 years. Now a discussion about the placement of the ball. They're marking it off from the spot of the foul, not from the original line of scrimmage. That's what it is. There you go. So really at the, they were a yard back, I think. It wasn't lined up at the right spot. Yeah, there it goes. 3rd and 19 at the 32. Grigsby going to roll out to his right, looking back to throw left. Pass is batted down. And there's Miles Terry getting there again. He, as well as Elijah Mason, get in the face of Grigsby to force the incompletion. And he's lucky it wasn't picked. Miles Terry almost got his full mitts around it.
Yeah, that was dangerous. That's exactly how the play is designed. So he's supposed to whip around and look for the screen that's setting up there on his left side. But dude is right in his face when he let go of it. So it's hard to call off a play like that once it's started. He had to do something with the ball, but dangerous play there, fortunately. Still another down, and it looks like they'll go for it.
Yeah, at this point,
4th and 20-ish.
You're in plus territory, so Grigsby going to drop back to throw, stepping up and climbing the pocket, letting go of it before he crosses the line of scrimmage and completes it to Aiden Hernandez, but he is well short of the first down to gain. He does get down near the 15, but still a good few yards shy.
I'm honestly not so sure he wasn't beyond the line of scrimmage on that one, but
I mark it
either
2
way.
yards, about 2 yards shy of the line to gain. So a turnover on downs for the Huskies.
That's pretty impressive. They were really putting a bad spot already on their side of the 50-yard line. Got the sack on the earlier down, and now it's up to our offense try to get something going where they've had so far negative yardage overall.
Now Malcolm Brown going to get some help in the backfield in the form of Malachi Hall. Hall will take the handoff and come up the middle across the 20, and he'll get up near the 25. Nice gain there for Malachi Hall. Got his first touchdown of the season last week against Capital in that loss. It'll be a pickup of 7, set up second down and 3 for the Black Eagle offense. Miles Terry in as the H-back for the Black Eagles. Brown in the shotgun, keeping himself on a quarterback power, and he is met in the backfield. May have gotten back to the line of scrimmage.
I think they're giving him a yard on that one.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, they are going to give him one. Ty Mullins with the stop. Back-to-back tackles for him. Bring up 3rd and 2 for South Charleston. A little more than a minute to go, opening quarter. Black Eagles trail by 13 on the road, looking to end a 3-game losing streak on the season. Brown going to chuck it up high, and that one's easily intercepted. Coming up with the pick is Sam Key. Key will come down with the interception at the Husky 47-yard line. That one was a wounded duck wobbling in the air, and it hung in the air way too long.
Yeah, I mean, he knew where his receiver was. He just chucked it as far as he could.
And again, never played quarterback before.
Right.
So
and that one, the safety turned into more of a center fielder and just made a better break on the ball. But tough there for South Charleston after getting something going with the forcing the turnover on downs. Now it's up to Hoover to come out here and clean up what they were probably unhappy with on that last drive that resulted in the 4 and out.
1st and 10 for the Huskies from their own 47 with 50 seconds to go in the opening quarter. Grigsby hands it off to his man Blake Fisher. Fisher slips out of one tackle from Malachi Hall, and then Hall will finally chase him down, but not before he crosses into Black Eagle territory down to the South Charleston 47-yard line, excuse me. So 6-yard pickup. It'll bring up second down and 4. Again, we talk about the rushing attack being the area of weakness, really, for the Black Eagles defense the last couple of weeks. Over 200-plus yards rushing from each of their last 3 opponents on the ground.
Hoover nearing 100 yards just in this first quarter.
Grigsby going to drop back to throw this time, though, under some heavy pressure. Slips one out, though, and he had his man, no Sean Hampton, but Hampton just stuck out one hand instead of 2.
Yeah, Hampton probably should have 2-handed that one. Might have been able to turn that into a first down if he had enough room to turn upfield. But as it stands, 3rd down and about 4 here for this Hoover offense.
And I love the creativity of this Hoover offense. Handoff goes to Fisher up the middle. He'll plow his way forward for a first down and then some. Get down inside the Black Eagle 40. 8-yard pickup there for Herbert Hoover. That'll take us to the end of the first quarter. Huskies lead 13-0 over the Black Eagles. We'll step aside for a break and be back with more right after this on Game Day.
You tell yourself it's fine, that it'll pass, but injuries take you out of the game. Injuries are inconvenient, but so is missing the things you love. Real strength isn't pushing through, it's choosing to heal. At Generations Physical Therapy, we help you recover with purpose, so you're not just back, you're better. Call today for a free consultation. Your comeback starts now.
This HD Media Game Day production of Herbert Hoover Football is brought to you in part by the University of Charleston, relationship rich, career relevant. David Smith Frame and Body Shop in St. Albans, serving the needs of Kanawha and Putnam County residents for more than 30 years. Generations 4, one destination for every generation. And by Generations Physical Therapy, the Tri-State's premier provider of convenient orthopedic and sports rehab.
Lester Raines Acura of South Charleston is West Virginia's only Acura dealer. Test drive an Acura to see what precision-crafted performance is all about. Come in and see how Lester Raines Acura makes the difference in your shopping experience. We work out your financing so you can sit back and enjoy your new car. At Lester Raines Acura, it's not just about selling the vehicle, it's about service after the sale. Stop by or visit us online. Lester Raines Acura of South Charleston. Back here at Herbert Hoover High School.
little farther away from the banks of the Elk River than the old school used to be. But for a very good reason. That's how we got this gorgeous facility here up on the hill. As Grigsby rolls out of the pocket, had some fancy footwork to find his man downfield. No, Sean Hampton gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Huskies. From 39 yards out, Grigsby finds Hampton to put the Huskies on top, 19-0.
A great job extending that play, but keeping his eyes downfield. I thought he was going to take off with it. It looked like he had some space there on the far side of the field, but did a good job of keeping his eyes downfield, finding his guy, keeping him in bounds with that throw, letting him make a play to get all the way to the end zone.
Hayden Hernandez out for the point after try. Kick is up, and it is good. Make it 20-0. 11:48 to go in the first half. Huskies have cashed in on 3 of their 4 offensive possessions. And the defense has looked pretty stout so far in this first quarter plus now of play.
I think 2 sacks, an interception.
Couple of tackles for loss. Yeah, it's been
especially those first 2 drives were brutal. First one, especially, I think, was negative yardage overall. So, South Charleston offense has gotten a little bit together as we've seen this game go on, but they are swiftly running out of time. We did see them stage a comeback bid against Capital earlier this season. I think the last time
week,
out.
Yeah.
You know, so it's not like this isn't a team that can make up ground once they've fallen behind, but they can only make up so much ground. As this Hoover offense has really been humming.
Apologies for our scoreboard fritzing out a little bit. We are actively working on that. But right now, again, it is 11:48 to go in this second quarter. Just 12 seconds into it, the Huskies have added another touchdown to the board. 39-yard variety through the air from Grigsby to no Sean Hampton. And Hernandez's kick. Sidewinder that bounces on the turf, and Brown's going to scoop it up at the 1 because at that point he's got to get it up. And he is going to be met by a whole host of Huskies.
I think about 7 or 8 were involved in that pile.
Yeah, I think there were only about 3 guys back not involved in it. One of them was Aiden Hernandez, who was kicking off. But, man, what a kickoff there from Hernandez. Had it spin all the way down and stop at the 1. Brown thought it was going to keep rolling into the end zone, and he was going to get a touchback out of it because the last kickoff went for a touchback. But, man, what placement there by Hernandez.
I mean, that's the type of kick they're trying to do in the NFL, honestly, with the new kickoff rules and everything.
Yeah, it happened to the Pittsburgh Steelers a few weeks ago. Thanks for reminding me, Will. Man in motion there is Mekhi Gordon. Take the handoff on a jet sweep, and he is met in the backfield. Devin Silvas gets to him in a hurry. That play took way too long to develop there for the Black Eagles.
And he tried to take the long way around when his offensive tackle got pushed back and there was nowhere to go.
5-yard loss will bring up 2nd and 15. This Husky defense is ready to feast on the Black Eagles here. Back them up, back to their own goal line. And some post-play chatter going on. Malcolm Brown getting back to the backfield awfully late.
Malcolm Brown's the last player this team can afford to get in a little bit of trouble. Offense has flowed through him what little offense there has been.
Late sub running off the field, trying to get there, and finally does get off the field for the Huskies. A hard snap count. Huskies hold firm. Move but don't jump across the line. 5 seconds on the play clock.
Yeah, that's a delay.
And there's a delay of game, yeah. That'll back them up half the distance, so down to the 2. Unless they get a timeout in before. That's the question.
They were... Okay, I guess they did get a timeout.
Okay, so yeah, they are going to give them a timeout. 10:46 to go in this second quarter. 20-0 still our score. We'll step aside for a short break. We'll be right back after this.
Before you hit the hiking trails with your crew, make a quick stop at your local Little General convenience store. We've got the snacks, drinks, and gas to keep you going. Because every great hike starts with a little planning and a lot of snacks. We're proud to be part of your journey, rooted in West Virginia and built for the road ahead. Little General Stores. Fuel your adventure the West Virginia way.
Back here at Herbert Hoover High School, Adam Rogers, Will Vance, and our game day crew. Happy to have you with us this evening. As we get ready to resume second quarter action. Timeout for South Charleston. They do give them the timeout before the penalty flag. So still 2nd and 15, though, for the Black Eagles coming up. Brown takes a shotgun snap, standing in his own end zone, rolls out, and he is gonna. Does he get a cross out?
Yeah,
okay.
Just barely.
Just barely, but he's gonna be sacked back at the 1, and he got met by about 3 Husky defenders there at the 1. Oh my goodness. Kel Taylor, one of those Huskies leading the way. That'll set up 3rd and 18 now. And all the way back at their own 1. Brown's going to take the snap out of his own end zone again.
And a shotgun.
Snap comes back, and a screen is thrown to the big man, tight end, Miles Terry. And Terry will get back at least the 3 yards they lost on the sack, but he can't get any more after that. And that linebacking crew has been active and everywhere for the Huskies today. Another tackle for Ty Mullins. Back to receive is no Sean Hampton on this punt. Is another punt coming for the Black Eagles out of their own end zone. Hall standing literally at like the edge of it, and just barely got it.
I think someone got a piece of it.
Just barely got it off. Yeah, if it wouldn't surprise me if it did get blocked partially because it took a weird spin and bounce out, and it goes out of bounds at the 31-yard line. So
they've already scored from farther out.
Yeah, a 33-yard touchdown run for Blake Fisher and a 39-yard touchdown catch for Noshawn Hampton, their last 2 touchdowns of the game. Trying to make it a 4-score lead in this first half of play. Grigsby drops back to throw. Rolling out to his left now, has some space in front of him if he takes to use it, and he will. Gashes up the middle, back out to the sideline, and he's going to get down inside the 10 and be forced out of bounds inside the 5 at about the 3-yard line, maybe the 2, depending on where they stepped out.
28 yards there.
They're going to give him the 3. Wow, what a run there from Peyton Grigsby. We thought he was going to take off a couple of times tonight, had gotten sandwiched in there by the Black Eagle defense once or twice, but man, did he decide once he was going to go with it. He read that lane correctly.
And I've been praising him for keeping his eyes downfield, but that doesn't mean he can't run sometimes.
Handoff goes to Fisher. Fisher sidesteps a man and then gets met at the goal line and walks in there. Touchdown for the Huskies.
And the light's a lot more impressive now the sun's actually gone down.
It's certainly a vibe here at Herbert Hoover High School. 9:01 to go. 26-0 lead for the Huskies as Fisher gets his 2nd touchdown of the game. Kick is up, and it is good. 27-0 with just over 9 minutes to go in the half. We'll step aside for a break. Hoover leads here at home. Back after this on High School Game Day.
Are things in your home not working the way they should? Air conditioner no longer cooling? No hot water? How about that annoying dripping faucet that just won't stop dripping? Remember Mullen Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling. Mullen Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling has been serving the area for more than 60 years. Mullen Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling has the most professional technicians standing by to address all of your needs. 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. So remember, Mullen Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling. Call us today and schedule your in-home service or schedule online at mullenplumbing.com.
This is Ben Salango with Salango Law. Salango Law has earned a reputation for getting excellent results for our clients. With decades of experience handling thousands of cases, we know what it takes to deliver. Proudly voted best in the Valley for 3 consecutive years by readers of the Charleston Gazette-Mail, Salango Law is deeply committed to giving back by investing in our community. From supporting local programs to making our region a better place to live, Salango Law is proud to be your trusted legal and community partner. Check us out at salangolaw.com.
Back here at Herbert Hoover High School, light show coming to a close now. 9:01 to go in the first half. Again, apologies for our scoreboard having some issues there. Fighting with the internet here. Sometimes kickoff back, returned by Malcolm Brown. Got a lane over on the far side. Sidesteps the defender, still on his feet across the 25 and brought down just shy of the 30. Probably, I think this is the best starting field position for the Black Eagles tonight coming up?
I think so. And it's only possible because they made a nifty move there on to pick up about 5 extra ones.
He'll be down at the 28. That's where we're going to spot him. We'll see what South Charleston draws up this time.
And from what we've seen so far, they need to try to figure out some places that develop quickly. You know, they haven't had very much time at all to get something going. A lot of the plays that take a second to get going have ended up as negative plays so far.
Gordon and Lazo to the near side. Handoff goes up the middle to Hall. Hall breaks out of a tackle in the backfield and still churning his way forward. He'll get up to the 33-yard line. Actually 32. 4-yard pickup after Kel Taylor comes up with the stop. Second and 6 on the way for the Black Eagle offense. Huskies showing like they're going to bring some pressure here. At least showing it. Brown takes the snap, hands off to Hall, and Hall is met in the backfield. Jay-Sean Walker back there in a hurry. Brought him all the way down back at the 30. 2-yard loss will set up 3rd and 8 for this Black Eagle offense.
And there's another play where there's just really no chance of that getting going. The penetration there immediately, and Hall got wrapped up. Hall's been kind of the bright spot on this offense, at least in this game, but had nothing going there.
Brown going to keep it himself on a quarterback power and met at the 30, still moving his feet, but all but like 4 Husky defenders are there to meet him after a 1-yard gain. Up to the 32, and that'll now bring up 4th and 6.
I believe Hall is their punter, is he not?
Yeah. But it looks like they're keeping the offense out there here on 4th down. And a timeout for the Huskies. Joey Fields doesn't like it, wants to talk over things with his defense, and I don't blame him. He's got 3 timeouts in his pocket, 7 minutes to go in the half. Why not talk it over and make sure everybody's on the same page, right?
Now maybe he's trying to give his opponent a chance to think about it too here.
Yeah, maybe they reconsider it with the Black Eagles. That does happen sometimes. Because it could have been for show, to be honest.
Especially when we know Hall is their punter anyways. We could just drop back and punted.
Don't forget that HD Media is live streaming more than 30 high school football games this year. Next Friday, Hurricane hosts Parkersburg South, and Huntington welcomes in the Parkersburg Big Reds. Then on Saturday, it's a special weekend tilt up on the hill as the GW Patriots take on Jefferson. Remember, all HD Media games are free and in one convenient location at hdmediagameday.com. 4th and 6 upcoming for the Black Eagles, and they are going to have reconsidered now. Hall back in a punt formation, but again, he is a very capable runner, so they are going to have to pay attention for the fake. But he'll punt this one away, and it'll bounce down, find its way inside the 25, and stop down at the 21. So that is where the Huskies offense will take back over with just under 7 minutes to go in this first half.
Yeah, and so far, a pretty balanced offense we've seen so far, kind of like we talked about coming into this contest. 11, 12 rushes, 8 passes, yardage roughly even. Well, there's more on the ground. Already over 100 yards on this one on the ground, but so far as you try to make the best use of all the weapons that they've got. Here's another one.
Yeah, got to throw a screen to Lance Williams, his 11th catch of the season. He's going to cut all the way back across the field. There's a flag coming, and this is going to negate a great play. Lance Williams finally brought down at the 35, but yeah, they're definitely going to get the Huskies for a hold. There's no way that a play comes thrown all the way out to the numbers on the near side of the field, and he runs all the way across the field without
it
a
looks
hold.
great, but there's so many guys not realizing what's happening, and when the defender moves, it's just hard to avoid a hold when there's so many opportunities for it when that type of play happens. It's beautiful when it comes across, but...
Yeah, man, that negates a nice play there by the Huskies. First time we've gotten to see Lance Williams touch the ball. They've got a lot of dudes that they can get the football to. Again, we've talked about the rushing attack from Blake Fisher and Devin Silvas, but they have some receivers as well. Again, we mentioned Aiden Hernandez earlier, 12 catches, 299 yards. Noshawn Hampton has 19 catches, 299 yards as well with 1 score. Sam Key, 10 catches, 134 yards, 2 touchdowns. Williams, I mentioned, 10 catches, 230 and 3 touchdowns. So, I mean, right there's 4 guys with double-digit catches on the season, which means Grigsby loves to spread the ball around. Looking down the far sideline, has a man wide open. Aiden Hernandez with a big grab. All the way down to the 39-yard line of the Black Eagles and into opposition territory for the Huskies once more.
Big 34-yard chunky yards there.
Man, that was pretty ball through the air, too, to find its way to Aiden Hernandez.
3 catches for 64 yards now for Hernandez.
Perfectly placed there, right in between those 2 defenders to his man. 1st and 10 from the Black Eagle 39 now for the Huskies. Grigsby drops back to throw under some pressure, steps up, and as he climbs the pocket, is sacked by the linebacker Malachi Hall. The Mike linebacker getting in there to bring him down for a loss of 4. Back to the Black Eagle 43-yard line.
Again, Malachi Hall, one of those bright spots, and what's been a tough season so far, coming through there and being able to circle around and take him down from behind. He started feeling the pressure, just could not escape from it in time.
2nd and 14 for the Huskies now with under 6 to go in the half. Grigsby in the shotgun and a drop back to throw once again. Throw over to the far side and perfectly placed again for Sam Key to catch that one. Man, Grigsby is throwing some dimes here in this second quarter now. Put it in a spot where only his man could go get it. Just over the outstretched defender. Another first down throw from Peyton Grigsby. 1st and 10 now from the from the 28. Grigsby throwing again, and this time, just over the reach of Amari Valentine. He thought he had him an interception, and if he had caught that and come down with it, there really wasn't anybody in front of him. Now, somebody could have caught him, but he had plenty of green space in front of him. And on the flip side of that, too, Noshawn Hampton, if he had been able to see it with Valentine not being in front of him, that's probably 6.
Instead, 2nd down. So goes the game we love.
Really is just a matter of inches most of the time. 2nd and 10 from the 28. Now a bunch trip set for the Huskies on the near side. Grigsby going to roll, throws out to Fisher on a screen, and Fisher going to break out of an arm tackle, still on his feet inside the 15, and finally brought down. It'll bring up another first down for the Huskies. Ball down to the 14. A 14-yard pickup for Herbert Hoover. Fake the handoff. Grigsby going to keep it himself. And Grigsby's got a rushing touchdown now for the Huskies. Make it 33-0.
And literally just weapons everywhere. He just went through all the receivers that can really cause damage for the defense for the Huskies. And then their quarterback can just keep it and do stuff like that already with 39 yards and a rushing touchdown now here in this first half.
And he's now in positive rushing yardage for the season. Gotten sacked a couple of times today. That'll obviously impact that. But with that number, he's back in positive rushing yardage and he's got his first rushing touchdown of the season. Point after attempt is up, and it's through 34-0. Our score, 4:46 to go in the half. We're back with more after this.
It's the saucy summer of barbecue at Tudor's. Tender pulled pork, smothered in 3 delicious new sauces. Sweet teriyaki, savory and thick. Carolina Gold, tangy and bold. Honey sriracha, hot and spicy. Topped with our creamy coleslaw. Sweet teriyaki, Carolina Gold, honey sriracha. Tudor's Biscuit World's pulled pork barbecue is bursting with flavor. Awesome sauce.
Calendar notifications, emails, texts. These are all distractions. They take your attention away from the road, away from stoplights, sudden braking, and unexpected hazards. Distracted driving is dangerous to you and others. And if you're caught with a phone in your hand, it will cost you a minimum of $100, or even worse, it could cost a life. Keep yourself and others safe on the road. You drive, you text, you pay. This message is brought to you by the West Virginia Governor's Highway Safety Program.
Back here at Herbert Hoover High School, Huskies with a 34-0 lead in the first half. 4:46 to go as Aiden Hernandez gets ready to kick it off again. Had a great kickoff last time. This one doesn't quite have the same result, but Brown on the return now after taking it from inside the 5, runs over a defender and is finally brought down at about the 20.
See what the game plan is for this drive. Have not had a ton of success so far in this one. I don't think they've gotten a first down.
I'm racking my brain and I can't recall one. Come close.
So far, the bright spot's been Hall, who's positive in rushing. I had a couple defensive plays that are impressive, but he might be might want to try out a offense based around handing him the ball here in the last 4 minutes plus of the first half.
1st and 10, and he'll get the handoff on the opening play of the drive, and he'll go maybe a yard.
I don't know if they're giving him anything.
Yeah, maybe.
No, they're going to give him one.
Yeah, up to the 21. Bring up 2nd and 9. The most impressive thing I think from the Huskies defense today that I've liked is that it's a pack of defenders. They roam in a pack of wolves. Go get in the ball carrier.
I'm sure Huskies are known for having packs too.
Yeah. Hall with a carry again, and he's going to get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's about it. But again, you see 3-4 defenders surrounding him almost every single time wherever the ball carrier is. Doesn't matter who it is. There's at least 3 to 4 defenders there every single time.
This is one thing they preach everywhere with football: swarm to the ball. It's such a you have to play your assignment. Then once it's made, you got to swarm. They do a fantastic job of that.
3rd and long on the way for the Black Eagles. Brown going to throw out to the near side, and that is incomplete. Looking for Gordon. Just too short getting it to him on the throw. But again, Malcolm Brown, not a quarterback. Let's preface that again once more.
So far, this one of 3 for 3 yards and interception. Yeah. So it's not like they're asking them to be one, but sometimes you just got to go to the air to try to make something happen. And there again, it just did not work out as they had drawn it up.
Yeah, even the service academies, when they were running the triple option, went to the air every once in a while. 4th and long on the way for the Black Eagles. A couple of late guys coming on for punt team.
They're not going to be able to get this off.
And, and a timeout going to be granted to South Charleston. 3:19 to go in this first half. Huskies going to get a chance to get the ball back here after the timeout and chance to put some more points on the board before the half, Will.
Yeah, I don't see why not. I mean, I haven't been keeping track exactly of the time, but none of their offensive drives have taken too terribly long. Especially with considering so many of them are ending in chunk plays or being fueled by chunk plays.
Or being fueled by short field position they have to work with, too. I mean, they've had quite a number of possessions that have started in plus territory. So when you factor that into the big chunk plays they've gotten, again, they've scored on all but one possession so far tonight.
And very, very likely that they'll start this one in and around the 50. Just with how the punting and their punt return situation have been so far, so we'll see.
Yeah, depending on if Noshawn Hampton's able to return this one at all. So Malachi Hall back to await the snap. Gets it off cleanly this time. It'll bounce, and it will be left there by Hampton for the Black Eagles to down at the 36-yard line. So the Huskies will take back over there with 3:08 to go in the half. Still plenty of time left for Herbert Hoover to go add more points to the scoreboard before halftime.
And we've seen them start to look more for some of their other receivers after really leading on Hernandez and Hampton earlier on in this game. So let's see if they keep trying to spread the ball out here like they've done all season.
And 4 guys coming into today. Actually 5 guys. I missed Blake Fisher up there on my chart earlier. 4 receivers with double-digit catches on the season. 5 total players. And there's Sam Key making a big grab there. Catching it at the 45. He'll be a yard shy of the first down. Bring up 2nd and 1 after a 9-yard pickup.
9 yards brings up a 2nd down and 1 for Huskies.
Quickly back on the ball.
If the Huskies work quickly enough here, they could potentially try for 2 scores here in the half if their defense can get a quick enough stop. Cut back here from Lance Williams on a jet sweep. Has a block ahead of him, has the first down and then some. And what about Peyton Grigsby getting out there and leading the charge on a block, too? Way out in front. Great job there by the sophomore quarterback to help set the edge for Lance Williams as he hit a jet counter back, basically, because he saw it was walled up and then came right back where he came from. 1st and 10 at the 35 now for the Huskies of the Black Eagles side of the field. Handoff goes to Fisher. Fisher running toward the power side of the offense, and he's going to be tripped up inside the 30. Down near the 27-yard line.
By my count, that's 99 yards already in this game for Fisher, plus 13 through the air, so over 100 all-purpose already.
And that's 99 on just 10 carries, folks. 9.9 yards per pop for the senior captain. Grigsby under some pressure, able to evade it, throws out into the flat to his man, and he dropped it. Aiden Hernandez just couldn't hang on, potentially heard the footsteps coming from Malcolm Brown. That'll bring up 3rd and 1. That does stop the clock, though, with 2 minutes to go even in the first half. And it allows the Huskies to make a sub as Devin Silvas checks in, and Sam Key will run off. Handoff goes to Fisher off the left side. Fisher cuts back in toward the middle of the offensive set. And he'll get down inside the 20 with a first down carry. Down to the 19.
Ball spotted on the 19-yard line. First down.
2 receivers to the top of the formation. Hernandez and Key up top. To the bottom, it's Williams and Hampton. Fisher in the backfield with Grigsby in the shotgun. Fisher goes in motion now. Backfield empty with under 10 seconds on the play clock. Grigsby going to throw back toward the near side. Finds Lance Williams. Williams gets a block ahead of him. Tries to make a man miss. Can't make Malcolm Brown miss. Can't make Elijah Cosson miss, but he does have enough for the first down and gets down inside the 10 to the 6. So that'll set up 1st and goal for the Huskies at the 6-yard line. Just over a minute to go in the half. Trying to punch it in one more time before heading to the break. Handoff goes to Fisher. Fisher follows his blocks ahead of him, plows through a Black Eagle defender, and fights his way into the end zone for 6. 56 seconds to go in the half, and Blake Fisher has his 3rd rushing touchdown of the half. Give him 10 for the season on the ground.
And every time it's like he's trying to find as much contact as he can on the way in.
Yeah, he's definitely not shying away from you. He is welcoming you to the contact. As Hernandez tries for the point after attempt, missed his first, has been fine since then, and he'll continue that trend there.
His first he didn't miss, he didn't really get a chance.
Well, yeah, sorry, it was a bad snap. Correct. That one is through, though. Huskies lead 41-0 with 56 seconds to go in the half. We're back right after this.
West Virginia is home. It's where we work, live, and raise our families. At the heart of our communities are West Virginia hospitals and their compassionate caregivers. From life-saving treatments and emergency care to wellness support and screening services, we are improving your quality of life through extraordinary achievements and amazing results. West Virginia Hospitals. Your health is the heartbeat of our communities.
Don't forget, HD Media is also live streaming 16 soccer matches this season, thanks in large part to our title sponsor, Peyton Law. For a complete schedule, be sure to follow us on our HD Media Game Day Facebook or Instagram pages. Our next game is next Tuesday at Hurricane High School as the Redskins host Morgantown in a boys matchup. You can watch all the action live for free by going to hdmediagameday.com. Kickoff back here at Herbert Hoover, and it goes into the end zone for a touchback. So South Charleston will get the football back at their own 20 with 56 seconds to go. And I mentioned that the Huskies could potentially try to score twice in this first half if they were able to score quickly enough and then get a stop. There is 56 seconds, Will, in the half. And the Huskies do have 2 timeouts, I believe, still. No, sorry, I have 1 timeout.
I don't think they're really going to try too hard to get it back here.
No, they do have 2. They have 2, sorry. I was misreading the scoreboard. There's a tent on one of the windows here in the press box, and it threw me off. I couldn't read the actual lettering above the number and thought I was reading the timeout left as 1, but it's actually 2. Handoff goes to Malachi Hall there. And it looks like the Huskies just going to let this clock run and just go into the half. And the Black Eagles content to just hand it off to end the half. They are going to have to hand it off at least one more time, or at least snap it one more time. There's about a 10-second differential between the game clock and the play clock. Handoff goes to Hall. Hall will have a couple of yards as he keeps his legs moving forward and fights for some extra yardage after contact. He'll get up to the 26-yard line. That will be the final play of the first half. Huskies lead 41-0 heading into the halftime break. When we return, we'll have your halftime performance by the Pride of the Elk River, the Herbert Hoover Marching Band. That's when we come back right after this at halftime on High School Game Day.
Are you ready to unlock a future filled with remarkable pay, unbeatable benefits, and unparalleled satisfaction? Imagine embarking on a journey that offers you a college-level education without the weight of debt, all while earning a steady income. Look no further than the West Virginia Building and Construction Trades Apprenticeship Programs. Join us, and together, let's build a future that's brighter and stronger. Go to actwv.org to apply today. The West Virginia Building and Construction Trades, where the future is forged.
For more than 170 years, Burke & Herbert Bank continues to deliver service beyond expectations to our customers. With an expanded footprint from the mountains of West Virginia to the Eastern Shore and beyond, we're here for you. As a full-service community bank offering the latest digital tools and guidance, we take the time to understand your unique needs, helping you move your family, your business, and your dreams forward together. Burke and Herbert Bank.
Ladies and gentlemen, the pride of Elkview, the Marching Huskies of Herbert Hoover High School. The Marching Huskies are led on the field by field commander Madison Rucker, feature twirler Macy Rucker, and auxiliary captain Ava Elkview. Tonight's musical selections are Reflections of Form, Man in the Mirror, and Reflection on a New Tomorrow, from the Marching Huskies field show titled The Mirror Speaks.
CJU is a great company to work for. We've been around for 78 years. We are an underground utility construction company all across the East Coast. We are rapidly growing, and we're seeing a huge growth in this market, a huge need for employees. We are always looking for those that are experienced, those that are trying to get their foot in the door. We have positions for everybody. We offer competitive pay. We offer competitive benefits. We take pride in having a family atmosphere at CJU's, and it's truly just a family company.
I'm Chris Miller, and I'm proud to sponsor productions like this one that showcase the best of this great state. School pride runs deep here. Friday night lights, crowded gyms, packed auditoriums. It's what makes this such a great place to live and work. So be true to your school. And at Dutch Miller Auto, we're there with you. Because when we build on our young people, everybody wins. I'm proud to lead the way as we bring out the best in West Virginia. I'm Chris Miller, and enjoy the game.
CJU is a great company to work for. We've been around for 78 years. We are an underground utility construction company all across the East Coast. We are rapidly growing, and we're seeing a huge growth in this market, a huge need for employees. We are always looking for those that are experienced, those that are trying to get their foot in the door. We have positions for everybody. We offer competitive pay. We offer competitive benefits. We take pride in having a family atmosphere at CJU's, and it's truly just a family company.
Geno's is spicing things up with 2 new specialty pizzas featuring our new hot honey sauce.
Our hot honey pizza is topped with red pepper flakes, sliced Italian sausage, jalapenos, and onions.
The sweet heat pizza features slices of Italian sausage, green peppers, and onions.
Both are drizzled with our signature hot honey sauce.
Hot honey, it brings the heat.
Sweet heat, the perfect balance of spice and sweet.
2 bold new flavors, available for a limited time at Geno's Pizza and Spaghetti House. Score big this fall with GoMart. Every Saturday through the end of October, GoMart Rewards members earn triple points on all purchases. And while you rack up on rewards points, be sure to scan the QR code in-store for more ways to win. Each scan is a chance to score the ultimate tailgating package with a $200 GoMart gift card, tailgating supplies, and more. GoMart is your hookup for the football season. Visit the GoMart app or GoMart.com to learn more. GoMart is the official convenience store of WVU Athletics.
Sometimes the people we love won't say they're hurting, but we see it anyway. Now's the time to get help from trusted professionals who've cared for families like yours for decades. At Generations Physical Therapy, we make it easy. Personalized care, proven support, and a team that sees the person behind the pain. Call today or visit one of our 8 convenient locations for a simple, free consultation. You tell yourself it's fine, that it'll pass, but injuries take you out of the game. Injuries are inconvenient, but so is missing the things you love. Real strength isn't pushing through, it's choosing to heal. At Generations Physical Therapy, we help you recover with purpose, so you're not just back, you're better. Call today for a free consultation. Your comeback starts now.
This HD Media Game Day production of Herbert Hoover Football is brought to you in part by the University of Charleston, relationship rich, career relevant. David Smith Frame and Body Shop in St. Albans, serving the needs of Kanawha and Putnam County residents for more than 30 years. Generations 4, one destination for every generation. And by Generations Physical Therapy, the Tri-State's premier provider of convenient orthopedic and sports rehab.
Lester Raines Acura of South Charleston is West Virginia's only Acura dealer. Test drive an Acura to see what precision-crafted performance is all about. Come in and see how Lester Raines Acura makes the difference in your shopping experience. We work out your financing so you can sit back and enjoy your new car. At Lester Raines Acura, it's not just about selling the vehicle, it's about service after the sale. Stop by or visit us online. Lester Raines Acura of South Charleston.
Before you hit the hiking trails with your crew, make a quick stop at your local Little General convenience store. We've got the snacks, drinks, and gas to keep you going. Because every great hike starts with a little planning and a lot of snacks. We're proud to be part of your journey, rooted in West Virginia and built for the road ahead. Little General Stores. Fuel your adventure the West Virginia way.
Are things in your home not working the way they should? Air conditioner no longer cooling? No hot water? How about that annoying dripping faucet that just won't stop dripping? Remember Mullen Plumbing, Heating and Cooling. Mullen Plumbing, Heating and Cooling has been serving the area for more than 60 years. Mullen Plumbing, Heating and Cooling has the most professional technicians standing by to address all of your needs. 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. So remember, Mullen Plumbing, Heating and Cooling. Call us today and schedule your in-home service or schedule online at mullenplumbing.com.
This is Ben Salango with Salango Law. Salango Law has earned a reputation for getting excellent results for our clients. With decades of experience handling thousands of cases, we know what it takes to deliver. Proudly voted Best in the Valley for 3 consecutive years by readers of the Charleston Gazette-Mail, Salango Law is deeply committed to giving back by investing in our community. From supporting local programs to making our region a better place to live, Salango Law is proud to be your trusted legal and community partner. Check us out at salangolaw.com.
It's the saucy summer of barbecue at Tudor's. Tender pulled pork, smothered in 3 delicious new sauces. Sweet teriyaki, savory and thick. Carolina Gold, tangy and bold. Honey sriracha, hot and spicy. Topped with our creamy coleslaw. Sweet teriyaki, Carolina Gold, honey sriracha. Tudor's Biscuit World's pulled pork barbecue is bursting with flavor. Awesome sauce.
Calendar notifications, emails, texts. These are all distractions. They take your attention away from the road, away from stoplights, sudden braking, and unexpected hazards. Distracted driving is dangerous to you and others. And if you're caught with a phone in your hand, it will cost you a minimum of $100, or even worse, it could cost a life. Keep yourself and others safe on the road. You drive, you text, you pay. This message is brought to you by the West Virginia Governor's Highway Safety Program.
West Virginia is home. It's where we work, live, and raise our families. At the heart of our communities are West Virginia hospitals and their compassionate caregivers. From life-saving treatments and emergency care to wellness support and screening services, we are improving your quality of life through extraordinary achievements and amazing results. West Virginia Hospitals. Your health is the heartbeat of our communities.
This HD Media Game Day production of Herbert Hoover Football is brought to you in part by the University of Charleston, relationship rich, career relevant. David Smith Frame and Body Shop in St. Albans, serving the needs of Kanawha and Putnam County residents for more than 30 years. Generations Ford, one destination for every generation. And by Generations Physical Therapy, the Tri-State's premier provider of convenient orthopedic and sports rehab.
Back here at Herbert Hoover High School, Huskies with a big halftime lead, 41-0 over the South Charleston Black Eagles. And we would start the third quarter with a rolling clock if the point-after attempt on the first touchdown for Herbert Hoover hadn't had a bad snap and then they weren't able to convert. So it'll be 41-0 to start the second half, but they have agreed to shorten the third and fourth quarters. They're going to go down to 8-minute quarters in the third quarter, or an 8-minute quarter in the third, and then a 6-minute quarter is what I'm told for the fourth quarter. So we're going to shorten the game by 10 minutes, essentially.
This is one thing, it's a lot of it's player safety. No reason to have more hits in the game at this point. We already saw one.
Who hasn't returned yet.
Right.
Caden Hackman has not come back into this game. He left with a knee injury early in this game. And they were already missing their starting center, Elijah Bosley, their starting and their backup quarterback, Sino Riley and Landon Workman. So for the Black Eagles, you can't fault them. You want to try to get out of here with as few injuries as possible. So, because again, the schedule still ramps up for South Charleston after this one. Meanwhile, for the Huskies, after having a 4-game winning streak right into this one, they'll advance it to 6 as they head into their bye week next week, before the Huskies will close out the season with 3 out of their last 4 being here at home, which is a huge advantage for Herbert Hoover, because since they opened this facility, Will, in 2023, the Huskies are unbeaten here at home.
Well, I mean, they've only had so many losses overall.
But, you know, you and I, this is our first time broadcasting from here. I came here last year for the playoff game, but I was not broadcasting. But the environment for this place really does give the Huskies an advantage.
Yeah, I mean, you look, up one side and to the other of these stands, even in the second half of blowout loss starting, I'd say it's still, 60% full. I mean, it was about 95% full when we started. So definitely, good support for this program. A region that's been through a lot in the past couple of years. Really something to rally around and show that a marker of coming out of the other side for a lot of people.
This is a Huskies team that's been to the state championship game 2 out of the past 3 years, with a gap in between those. Brown on the return is upended just shy of just across the 15, and then we've got a late flag that comes in. See what the result of that is. And apologies for our scoreboard having some issues there. Our wonderfully talented producer-director Ethan Young doing his best to get everything right and getting it looking perfectly for you on the scoreboard. Trying to fight it as best he can. We'll have the 8-minute third quarter. The Black Eagles will be backed up to just in front of their inside their own 10-yard line. Back at the 9. That 10-yard holding call. Malcolm Brown in the shotgun. Might as well just call it a Wildcat. We haven't really done that all night, but it's basically getting a Wildcat. He hasn't played quarterback at all in his life.
Fumble.
And he lost the football there. And I believe the Huskies.
I think South Charleston fell back on it.
Yeah, that's exactly what it was. Looks like Hayden Short was able to get back on top of it after Brown had it knocked away from him. So that'll bring up 2nd and long for the Black Eagle offense. Back at their own 3 now. A loss of 6. Terry the H-back as Brown drops back to throw. Heaves it deep down the field on the far side. That is caught. What a great catch there by Christian Perkins. Moss is the defender. Goes up and gets it over top of him and pulls it down for a first down grab.
I believe that's their first down of the game.
It is. That is their first down of the game. 1st and 10 for the Black Eagles up to the 36-yard line. A 33-yard pass from Malcolm Brown to Christian Perkins. That's Perkins' first catch of the season, by the way.
Previously, the longest play was 6 yards on a run by Malachi Hall.
And I think that's just the second completion for Brown. Brown going to keep it this time. Designed run. And he's going to be stopped just across the 40 at about the 42. And a whole host of Huskies there to bring him down. Bring up 2nd and short. This will pick up 7 on that run.
Down by host of Husky defenders.
Going to give him 6, a long 6, so 2nd and 4. Brown will draw the Huskies offside.
That's their second first down.
Yeah, that's the second first down now for South Charleston. And the no first downs in the first half is they almost did it earlier this year, the Huskies did, against Winfield a couple of weeks ago. They got a first down, but it was because of 2 encroachment penalties on the Huskies. So not an offensive play run to get that first down.
So far, 1 via the pass and 1 via penalty.
Now
they all count the same.
Yep, this they do, Will. Was used to handoff 2 weeks ago because Malcolm Brown again was playing running back, now at quarterback, and he is stopped in the backfield for a loss once again.
Number 1, Brown on the carry, brought down by number 9, Ty Mullins.
Loss of 1 back to the Black Eagle 47.
That brings up
and apologies for our scoreboard issues. 5:22 to go in the third quarter. Black Eagles 2nd and 11. As Brown drops back to throw again, heaves it high in the air, looking for Perkins again.
And that's going to be
tipped and
interference.
incomplete. And yeah, we've got some late flags there. And they're going to get the Huskies on a pass interference. Exactly right, Will. And that'll be another first down for South Charleston. Much to the chagrin of the Husky fans, but it was close.
I don't know. I think that was he was all over him, especially where the ball kind of hung in the air for a little bit, so they all had to kind of slow up. That just allows more time for.
Because yeah, if they were continued running full speed, they would have run past the ball at that point. But a third first down of this drive for Herbert Hoover. 5:07 to go in the third. Handoff goes to Malachi Hall. Jumps, cuts back to the right side, and he is met by the Husky defense. Colton Taney helping make the stop. As well as Sam Key. Excuse me, actually that was Ty Mullins. 2nd and 10. 4:37 to go. Third quarter. Brown under some pressure, and he is going to be sacked. Getting to him first there, number 1, Blake Fisher. Fisher brings him down back at the 46-yard line. That's a 7-yard loss on that sack taken by Brown. Again, not a quarterback. He's doing his best, but if he was a quarterback, he probably would have felt that pressure a little bit differently.
Hey, Reed, they call it the hardest position in sports, and it's not you can't just stick anyone back there, and he's doing his damnedest. He has the athleticism to make something happen back there. We've seen it a couple times, but just
3rd and long for the Black Eagles. Trip back to Charleston here coming up, and it's going to be a long punt now because he is sacked again. Ty Mullins gets to him once more, aided by Colton Taney on the pressure.
And Devin Lazo was coming across formation. It looks like that's where he was trying to go with the ball, but just didn't feel right about letting it go and just could not escape that rush.
And that'll spot him all the way back at his own 39. That's a 7-yard loss there. 4th and an eternity. Malachi Hall set to punt, gets it away. Bounces at the 35, and Hampton going to let it just keep bouncing and rolling inside the 20. Under 3 minutes to go, third quarter, 41-0 our score. Huskies offense getting ready to come back out here for their first possession of the second half. Again, if they score, then the running clock will kick in for the rest of the game. Well, actually, even if they don't score here in this quarter, when it gets to the fourth quarter, it should be a running clock because it's 35 points there in the fourth quarter, even with a shortened clock. Should.
It looks like all the starters still out there for the Huskies.
Grigsby going to throw over the far side. That pass is dropped. And looking for Dalton Myers. First target for him of the night. Does have 6 catches for 71 yards and a score on the season. Griggs throws to the near side. That pass is tipped off the hands of Lance Williams, and Amari Valentine nearly had him an interception. Would have been his first of the season. Incompletion will bring up 3rd and 10 with 2:45 to go on a stopped clock now in the third quarter.
That's back-to-back incompletions where the Hoover receiver had their hands on the ball. So 3rd and 10 upcoming for the Huskies.
Two receivers each side of the formation. Grigsby drops back to throw, surveying the field, throwing across the middle. Finds his man, no Sean Hampton. And Hampton going to turn upfield across the 40, still fighting his way up across the 45.
He'd probably argue he never got taken down.
And he is going to be stopped at the 46 officially is where they spot the ball. A 29-yard pickup there through the air for the Huskies.
A lot of zip on that pass over the middle for that completion.
46-yard line.
Same set for the Huskies, two up to the top. That's Hernandez and Myers. To the bottom, Hampton and Williams. Fisher in the backfield still with Grigsby standing to his right. Man in motion is Meyer. Ball on the floor, and actually they're now going to say it's a forward pass because of that little toss. So the incompletion there prevents the turnover for the Huskies. 2nd and 10 with under 2 to go in the third quarter. Adam Rogers, Will Vance, happy to have you with us and our game day crew here at Herbert Hoover High School. So he'll hand it off to Fisher. And Fisher has a nice gain there, has the first down and then some, still on his feet. Still somehow on his feet. He hadn't gone down yet. Oh, my goodness. Gets down inside the 35 to the 33. What a run from Blake Fisher. Had over 100 yards on the ground in the first half and adds more to his total there.
First down, Huskies.
You know, that run, he just made it look like South Charleston simply didn't know how to tackle.
I mean, he was full bent over and back on himself, essentially. Slant caught by Lance Williams. Williams breaks out of a tackle, trying to break out of another one. Finally brought down inside the 15. 19-yard pickup there, down to the 14. Another first down for the Huskies. Minute to go in the third quarter. Huskies back inside the red zone. .15 seconds on the play clock as the Huskies offense gets the signal from the sideline. Man goes in motion as Myers. And they're going to try the jet pitch again, and he's unable to hang on to it. Second time now they've tried that, and he's been unable to hang on to the jet pitch pass.
Well, they're lucky it still seems to be a forward pass, or else they would have put it on the ground twice.
Mm-hmm. Clock stopped with 41 seconds to go. And Williams going to split out to the top of the formation. H back in there now. Handoff goes to Fisher. Fisher dances around his blockers. Trying to stretch for that goal line, but is going to come up just shy. Down to the 1. A 13-yard run there for Blake Fisher.
Number 4, Elijah Mayo Cosley.
They stretched out, but just couldn't quite get there. But every chance in the world, they'll give them the chance on this one, too.
First and goal from the 1. 2 to the top, Hernandez and Williams. 2 to the bottom, Hampton and Myers. Handoff goes to Fisher, and Fisher goes off the left side and waltzes into the end zone for another Huskies touchdown. Fisher's 4th rushing touchdown of the night. Give him 11 on the ground for the season and 14 overall on the year, through the air and on the ground.
On the attempt, the extra point will be number 0, Aiden Hernandez.
Hernandez out for the point after try. Perfect tonight. The one miss was not his fault. And the point after is up and good. 48-0 our score. We're back with more right after this on High School Game Day.
Are you ready to unlock a future filled with remarkable pay, unbeatable benefits, and unparalleled satisfaction? Imagine embarking on a journey that offers you a college-level education without the weight of debt, all while earning a steady income. Look no further than the West Virginia Building and Construction Trades Apprenticeship Programs. Join us, and together, let's build a future that's brighter and stronger. Go to actwv.org to apply today. The West Virginia Building and Construction Trades, where the future is forged.
For more than 170 years, Burke & Herbert Bank continues to deliver service beyond expectations to our customers. With an expanded footprint from the mountains of West Virginia to the Eastern Shore and beyond, we're here for you. As a full-service community bank offering the latest digital tools and guidance, we take the time to understand your unique needs, helping you move your family, your business, and your dreams forward together. Burke & Herbert Bank.
Huskies have certainly stood their ground tonight, 48-0 over the Black Eagles of South Charleston, and continuing to defend their home field here since the new stadium opened. Again, unbeaten here at home. Just their second home game of the season, too, by the way. 4 of their first 5 games on the road, and that includes a really close game with Independence out of Class AA earlier this season to start the year. 37-34 loss, but since then 4 straight wins, on their way to win number 5 in a row before a bye week next week, before coming back home to take on the Ripley Vikings here in 2 weeks. Hernandez boots this one away. Perkins going to return it from about the 7. And Perkins going to find a seam over to the sideline, and he is finally going to be forced out of bounds by Hernandez just past the 35. And that clock will continue to roll because it is a 35-point lead here in the fourth quarter, so clock keeps on moving despite him being forced out of bounds. Black Eagle offense will come back out here in just a moment.
And again, that's largely in terms of player safety. No reason to draw it out when the outcome's pretty well decided.
And again, the Black Eagles already lost a player due to an injury at the beginning of the game, early in that first quarter, within the first couple of plays. So don't want to see anybody else get hurt unnecessarily. As we mentioned before, Elijah Bosley was a game-time decision coming into tonight. He did not suit up for the Black Eagles. And then Cino Riley and Landon Workman, their number 1 and number 2 quarterbacks, were out to start the game as well. Malcolm Brown, though, with a decent throw down the field, trying to find Gordon, and a flag comes in late. And Black Eagle fans not going to be happy, or excuse me, the Husky fans not happy about that. Black Eagle fans going to be happy about
on the first PI call, I definitely saw it. On that one, I don't know. That looked like a good recovery to catch up to the defender, to catch up to the receiver and break that one up.
That'll be a free first down for the Black Eagles.
3 of their 4 first downs now due to penalty. But like we said before, they all count the same.
Back in Husky territory. 4:40 to go in the fourth quarter. Brown going to keep it himself on a quarterback power. Is tripped up inside the 45, just shy of the 40. And that's going to be Preston Rhodes making the stop.
Folks, be sure to get out your 50-50 tickets.
2nd and 4 to go after a 6-yard carry there for Brown.
Jeremy Callan.
Brown will hand off to Hall this time. Hall with a first down carry. It's inside the 40 and down inside the 35. Still on his feet, pushing that pile forward.
Number 2,
Hall with a Iron Man carry of his own right there.
Your 50-50.
Down to the 33-yard line. A pickup of 9 there for Malachi Hall. And got his first touchdown of the season last week in that game against Capital, where the Black Eagles trailed 28-6 at halftime, made it a 28-24 game before the Cougars were able to put one more in the end zone to make it 35-24. But great second half effort there for the Black Eagles. Another nice carry there for Malachi Hall. Gets down to the 25. Pickup of 8. 3 minutes or so to go in this fourth quarter. Don't forget, you can still get your HD Media subscription, digital subscriptions for the Gazette Mail for just $1. You get 6 months of access to web stories, the e-edition of the Gazette Mail, plus tons of exclusive feature stories, podcasts, and other shows. And, of course, expanded coverage of all of our live stream games, just like this one, all for just $1 for half a year. Go to GazetteMail.com to subscribe today. Another first down for the Black Eagles. And some subs now coming on late here for Herbert Hoover's defense. Just over 2 minutes left to go. Black Eagles finally starting to move the football on this drive. Jet sweep comes for Gordon, and Gordon is going to be brought down by a couple of Husky defenders, just shy of the 20. Only a 1 yard gain there, down to the 21. South Charleston would love to be able to get in the end zone here to end this game. Try to give it some kind of momentum toward next week when it travels to St. Albans, as Brown is brought down in the backfield back at the 25-yard line.
2 more shots here to at least get the first down.
You know, at least for South Charleston, after next week at St. Albans, they're at home for the rest of the season. That's at least something for them to be able to play on their own field in front of their fans. And a tough schedule still remains, but they do get at least the rest of their games at home after next week. And completion there for Brown, looking for Devin Lazo.
One of the blitzers got their paws on it, I'm pretty sure.
Under a minute to go. Again, apologies for our scoreboard cutting in and out. A coach keeps stepping in front of the receiver we have up there to get all of that information off the scoreboard. Fourth down, and this will be the final play potentially for the Black Eagles on offense. It is fourth down. Brown going to try to keep the drive going, though, as he's going to scamper out, gets inside the 10, and he gets into the end zone. 25-yard touchdown run for Malcolm Brown will end the shutout.
Malcolm Brown takes it to the house for the Black Eagles.
When he's slow getting up.
And that's definitely not what you want to see if you're South Charleston. Easily the best player for the Black Eagles, bar none. The last thing you want to have is him getting up slow and struggling to get up. He is walking under his own power, just a little shaken up, and they're not even going to kick the extra point. That is going to be the game. But again, Malcolm Brown will end the shutout with a 25-yard touchdown run. That'll put your final score at 48-6. Huskies make it 5 wins in a row after dropping their opener against Independence, wins over Winfield, Nitro, Lincoln County, Point Pleasant, and now the Black Eagles. They move to 5-1 on the season, heading into their bye week next week, and then finish out the year, as we mentioned before, with 3 out of their last 4 games here at home. Will, any final thoughts before we wrap things up as the Black Eagles drop to 1-4 on the season, a 4-game losing streak now for South Charleston for that matchup next week with St. Albans?
Yeah, for South Charleston, it's just, they just got to try to continue to get better and try to put things together and, get to the point where they're stringing together plays and then first downs and all that good stuff, whereas for the Huskies just keep doing what they're doing. One of the top teams in their division and one of the teams that figure to be near the top of the rankings when all things are said and done. They just got to keep things up. And, sometimes you worry about looking past teams, but certainly they look past South Charleston here tonight.
So, again, the Huskies improve to 5-1 on the season. Black Eagles drop to 1-4. Huskies on a bye next week. And the Black Eagles on the road for the final time in the 2025 season at St. Albans next week. Before we wrap things up, I want to give a shout-out to our producer-director, Ethan Young, working through all kinds of technical problems today and dealing with us as people But also want to give him a big congratulations. I didn't do it 2 weeks ago when we were off, before we were off, but my man got married last weekend, so huge congratulations to him and his wife. Appreciate everything he does for us here on our broadcasts. Woo! So that'll do it for us here. I want to make sure that's the last thing we say here from Herbert Hoover High School. Huskies win 48-6 over South Charleston. Have a great rest of your Friday night, folks. We'll see you next week.